watching KETK in high definition. This is East Texas Live.
Hope you're down from last night's sugar high. Glad you're back with us for our Thursday edition of East Texas Live. I'm Bob Brickeen.
And I'm Casey Koviak. Welcome to KETK's East Texas Live. This hour.
Welcome back, everybody. Voter apathy in this country is it's certainly not shrinking. A lot of people think, why bother? What's my vote going to do, really?
But really, that's why we're going to talk about your vote actually does count. Yeah. Dixie Swanson, a former assistant to an Oval Office insider, nonpartisan voter advocate, is here to tell us more. Welcome, Dixie.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Also, we want to talk about your book as well, but let's talk about voting. Obviously, next Tuesday, that's it.
It's a big day.
Got to do it. We've had huge early voter turnout here in East Texas. I can't speak for the rest of the state. But how important is it just for someone to get out there and do it? Just do it.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Millions of people have given their lives for us to have the right to vote. My own grandmother got to vote once in her life.
My goodness.
And when the Constitution was written, you and I couldn't have voted.
Right.
And so voting rights are one of our most precious rights. Yes. And the flip side is, if you don't vote, you don't get to gripe.
That's what my grandma always said.
Exactly. And you know, it is really a privilege that we do take for granted. A lot of people, though, are intimidated about going out to the voting booth. Oh, I don't know where the voting booth is to begin with. I don't know what's on the agenda. I don't know what exactly I should do. What do you suggest that those people do?
I have two words for them. One is website. I believe the sample ballot is on your website. Two is Google.
Google. That's simple.
Look at the website, write down who the candidates are, and do some research. Look them up, Google them, figure out who they are.
Well, that's the thing you'll get in there. For instance, railroad commissioner in Texas.
Right.
Don't know these people from Adam.
No.
Oh, well, they look nice. They look like a nice. What do you do? I mean, you've got to research.
You have to do some research. The League of Women Voters also produces a nonpartisan voting guide, and that's an excellent source of information. And your local newspapers are pretty savvy when it comes to their endorsements.
Right.
And so you got to do your research. You only get one shot at this, so it's worth some of your time.
Yeah, make your vote count. Tell us a little bit about this book that you brought. This is your first book that you've written. Okay, tell us about it.
It's a political fable, and I created a heroine who is non-political, non-partisan, but she's a physician, so she's used to making decisions under uncertain circumstances. Well, first she accidentally ends up a senator when her older sister dies.
Oh, wow.
And then, oops, she becomes president. And she's sort of a kick, you know what kind of girl, and take names. And she finally comes to realize that what the country needs is 5 constitutional amendments to return the power from the special interest back to we the people.
Right.
Kind of an important thing there.
That really is.
Sort of like a Mrs. Smith goes to Washington.
Yes, like a Mrs. Smith goes to Washington.
Where can we get a copy of your book?
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
It's also on my website, DixieSwanson.com. And The Accidental President Returns on Election Day. The book comes out.
Oh.
Completes
How
the
convenient.
arc of the 3.
Love that.
Okay, listen, stop back by with more of the books. We want to hear more. You live in Dixie in Houston, so that's what it's got. That just sounds right. Dixie lives in Houston. Thanks for coming in. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.